there, listeners. It's your annoyingly optimistic host here, bringing you another season of the Annoyingly Optimistic Show. Welcome to Season 2, Voicemails to Tim. Now, let's meet Tim. He's been running his own small business for almost 3 years now, and let's just say he's hit a bit of a rough patch. You know how it is. Sometimes you get so stuck, you make yourself busy and just avoid finding the real problems. Well, that's Tim. So as a good friend, I decided to leave him a daily voicemail, if I can't get hold of him, filled with nuggets of inspiration, insight and wisdom, and downright brilliant ideas to help get him unstuck. Every day, in just under 10 minutes, I'll share some tips, tricks, and a healthy dose of optimism to get Tim, and maybe even you, back on track. Because let's face it, we're all a little tired, in need of help, and muddling through. So here we go. Oh wait, never mind. Tim's being busy. Here's the voicemail I left him today.
Hi Tim, it's Paul again. Sorry I missed you. Glad you found that, what I was talking about the other day, interesting. Another thing sprung to mind. And again, it was hard speaking to you and just feeling that you lost your way a little bit, which again can be difficult, and I get that. So one of the things I was thinking, a little exercise we can do is, why did you start? What was it that made you start, working for yourself, that set up the business? Because again, when everything else gets in the way, suddenly marketing, social media, finances, tax, all those other things kind of come in, we lose sight of often why do we actually kind of start. So I just thought it'd be useful to kind of dig into that and dig into the kind of the passion of what got you started. What did you think that you could do better than other people were doing? What did you think that you could solve a problem for people? And really kind of focus and drill down into that, because if you can get back to that, it can often help you can identify, where you've not gone wrong, but where you've just lost sight of that. Because as we get kind of into that kind of rut and running the business, we can kind of go off track a little bit. Great line that I'll butcher a little bit, but I always kind of like, was the only difference between a rut and a grave is the depth of the hole. So, it's that kind of idea, but we can often start plugging away, and it's at times like this, if you look back, look over your shoulder, see where you've come from and kind of go, this isn't where I wanted to go. And sometimes it can be, and I've had this a few times, where the thing that got you started and the thing that you originally kind of achieved was this driving passion to do something, to help some people, to fix something. And the easiest way you were doing that is often the way that you set up your business. But what sometimes evolves over time is that actually there's a better way to fulfill that need, fulfill that desire, that passion, than what you originally started. I've had a photographer who was a photographer, but realized that their passion was actually more to kind of help people and help people through motherhood and the early parts of motherhood. So branched off in a different way, and photography was just one way of doing that. So it's worth kind of just really, drilling down into that. Great book, how I love my books and recommend it. Have a listen to Story Brand, or listen or read, whichever you prefer, because that's a great book which helps you kind of really kind of dig in. You've got the big ones like, Finding Your Why and things like that, but it's kind of simpler, a little exercise that can sometimes do this is if, the whole elevator pitch, if you could describe something to someone, kind of very quickly about kind of what you do. If you just bump into someone that you haven't seen for years, that doesn't even know that you've set up a business, and they say to you, what do you do? What do you do, Tim? What is it? What's the immediate thing that comes out of your mouth? Now, if you could kind of record yourself saying that, or write it down or whatever, then analyze it, because what often happens is as we get a little bit kind of deeper, and I think this will probably apply to you, Tim, where you are right now, you will describe the things that you produce, the commodities, the things that you sell, and you'll realize that there's a disconnect between that and actually what you really, really want to do, what that real kind of passion is. And if we can get that passion, if we can relight that fire, and not in a take that kind of way, but if we can get that kind of going again, then I think that will give you that energy and that burst to kind of go, okay, let's start making some of those other steps. Let's start moving things around and seeing how we can get those things moving again, how we can get your business moving, that passion, that energy, that drive back, because I've got this sneaky suspicion that you've lost sight of what you originally set out to do. So give those books a listen and just sit down and spend some time, chat to some other people that you know. Let's have a chat if we can actually catch up and see where we can bounce those ideas off and really dig down deep into what actually got you started. Why did you start this business? What is it you wanted to do? Who is it you wanted to help? Look at some of your best customers from the last 6 months. The ones that really, really loved what you do, really appreciated, left a great review, got really excited, told their friends. What was it you actually did for them? What made them different to some of your other customers? Is it something that they got out of that, something that you delivered that was above and beyond? And the last little thing, it helps kind of just to focus this idea of kind of passion, and it's again a lovely little exercise. If you had to spend £1,000 on your next 10 customers, you had to spend money to enhance what you give them, what you do for them, what would you do? What would you do to really make it so amazing and so special? Because again, just by getting rid of the shackles of, I'm not going to spend £1,000, I'm not going to do that, but focusing on what you would really, really like to do for them, that can help you just kind of unlock what it is you're really trying to offer people. So I hope that helps, Tim. Hopefully catch up with you soon. Ping me a message and yeah, we'll speak soon. Cheers, Tim. Bye for now.
And that's it for today's episode of Voicemails to Tim on the Annoyingly Optimistic Show. Now remember, Tim might be busy, but we're all in this together. Whether you're tired, in need of help, or just muddling through, Tim is here for you because, well, Tim is you. Yes, you heard that right. Tim isn't just my friend, he's a reflection of all of us who are struggling to make it work. TIM stands for tired, in need of help, and muddling through. So if you're feeling like a Tim, you're not alone. For all those ambitious listeners, if you've got a burning business question, a quirky thought, or just want to see if you can leave an even weirder voicemail, head over to the website voicemailstotim.com, submit your question, and maybe, just maybe, you'll hear your idea in a future Voicemail to Tim. So until then, stay annoyingly optimistic, keep pushing forward, and remember, if life gives you lemons, leave a voicemail about it.